Hey, what's up everyone? PersNikity here. Welcome back to the Uncharted 4 crushing difficulty walkthrough. And we are moving on to Chapter 3, the Malaysia Job. I think that's what it's called. It hasn't yet appeared on screen, so I'm not sure if I'm completely right about that. But again, holding to my earlier claims, the game starts off pretty slowly, and Chapter 3 is the perfect example of that. So here we go, Chapter 3, the Malaysia Job. Yes, that is what it's called, and yeah, so this video here is going to be about 10 minutes long, and the last 4 minutes is all cutscene. So that's something I've talked about, and I'm going to be talking about throughout this entire walkthrough. The game has too many cutscenes. In my opinion, that is its biggest flaw, and the problem is, it's not just that it has a lot of cutscenes, it's that the cutscenes are very long. Some of the cutscenes go past 6 minutes, and it just kind of takes away from the momentum that a gamer experiences while playing. On the plus side, though, the cutscenes are gorgeous. The whole game is beautifully done.
Hey, I got something here.
But Chapter 3 here basically follows what we've already seen in the game. So far, we've been through a couple fights, sure, but for the most part the game has been very simple. There hasn't been a lot of areas or opportunities for death. The game starts off slowly. It starts off very anticlimactic, and in this level here there's no threat at all. You can't even run out of oxygen. What you're seeing here, again, you know, during my walkthrough, even though this game is a year old now, I'm not going to be doing any spoilers or anything, so I'm going to try to let the game progress as it progresses and not ruin anything. So we've kind of been jumping around a bit, you know. In fact, it jumps around a lot, especially in hindsight. Like, as you're playing the game, it all kind of folds out onto one nice experience, but in hindsight, you look at it, the prologue, we were playing as Drake and Sam in what we can consider to be the present time. Then, in Chapter 1, we flash back to Drake as a young teenager, back at the Catholic orphanage. Then, in Chapter 2, we jump ahead, but still behind the prologue. We jump to where Drake and Sam are in a Panamanian jail, and then at the end we see, so at the end of Chapter 2, we saw that Sam was killed. So we know that takes place before Uncharted's 1 through 3 because there's no mention of Sam. And now, all of a sudden, we're jumping to this unknown time. We don't know when this is, we don't know who Drake's talking to, and we don't know what the hell he's doing. All we know is that he is scavenging some of this stuff that has been found at the bottom of some body of water. And again, like I said, in hindsight, you're going to see that the game does jump around a lot. But so all you got to do here is there's 2 crates that you got to find. I just showed you how to find the first one. The second one is going to be pinned under the container, and so you're going to see this this rig lowered down, and that you just got to kind of float on over to that and grab these hooks. And then you're actually going to have to do this manually. So you see here, you're going to have to swim around this yellow bar, the axle right here, and then just go ahead and attach the winch. So it's easy to get stuck. Of course, underwater controls are always a bit of a pain. But you got to do that twice. And then that's going to lift up the container. You're going to grab the box. You're going to put the box in place. And then you're going to get a ride up to the surface. And that's pretty much going to be the end of Chapter 3. Very simple. Chapter 4, so get this, Chapter 4 is pretty much all one giant cutscene. I think Chapter 4 is probably like 15 minutes long, and I think like 3 minutes of that is actual gameplay. So there's not going to be a lot of commentary in the next video. So if you're in it for the commentary, I wouldn't be offended if you skip Chapter 4. There are still some cool things to see, but for the most part you're going to be stuck watching just a lot of cutscenes, which I understand not a lot of people need to see, especially considering the game is a year old. So I'll let you guys decide how you want to approach Chapter 4. But before we get there, I always tend to get ahead of myself in the commentary. Before I get there, we still have to finish Chapter 3. Yes, Chapter 3. So once you strap in those boxes, go ahead and swim back up to this rig that he lowered down. And just go ahead and plop a seat on it. So The character's going to tell you that you can look around for treasures. Again, like I said, I'm not going to be getting the treasures in this walkthrough, so I'm just going to go ahead and wait for this little prompt. And then as soon as I get it, I'm going to go ahead and catch a ride up to the surface. And that's it, guys. That's literally all you have to do in Chapter 3. Very short, very simple, very anticlimactic. And then you're going to see here we are apparently working for some type of salvage ship, and again the cutscene's going to explain more about what it is we're doing. Again, keep in mind it's a pretty long cutscene, about 4.5 minutes long, but it is important to the story. All of the cutscenes, of course, are important to the story, otherwise they wouldn't be included. So I'll leave it to you whether or not you want to watch the cutscenes, but as for me, that's pretty much going to signal the end of the gameplay in this chapter. So thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe if you get the chance, and don't worry, it won't be too long until the game starts to get more involved. But anyway, thanks again. I'll see you in Chapter 4.
Good to have you back, Drake.
Yeah, it's good to be back.
Toss down your gear.
Here you go.
Thanks. Whoa, this tank's kind of light.
I'm just making your job easier, right?
Your signature on this?
Man, I wish they move all this to computers.
Government.
Let's wrap this up later.
How much longer are you gonna be?
My hero. Come on, let's go see what you brought us. Hey, so how about you let someone else be point man next time? You've earned a break.
No, no thanks. Take a dive over being at the office any day.
Yeah, well, either way, it's gonna be a while till the next dive.
What are you talking about? What about Thursday's job? Oh, come on, no.
Got underbid.
You gotta be kidding me.
Hey, competition's tough. Let's see here now. Care to do the honors?
Yeah, sure. Thanks. Wow. Look at that. We struck copper.
Well, you'd be surprised how much this stuff is worth. Client's paying good money for the full cover.
Sure you don't want to just melt it down, make some pennies?
Come on, let's go celebrate. First round's on me.
Bar hopping with you guys? No, not unless there's hazard pay. If it's all the same to you, I think I'm just gonna do the paperwork and get home and crash. A rain check, though?
All right, suit yourself. Hey, good work today.
Thanks.
Hey, Nate. Nate, hold on.
Hey, what are you doing here?
I got a present for you.
Present? What's this?
Got some news from my contact about that wreck off the coast of Malaysia.
Oh, no.
The ship's intact.
Yeah?
Cargo's right for the picking.
You are a persistent one, I'll give you that.
And all the money came through for the equipment, too. We are all set. Except, my best guy. The guy I trust for the job, the only one. He's got cold feet.
My feet were never warm to begin with. And tell me, this contact of yours, you get the permits?
No, he did not get the permits. Can't no one get the damn permits.
Of course not.
But Nate, don't you see that works in our favor? No permits means no competition. The ship is ours.
No permits means no go.
Nate, this is retirement money for the both of us, okay? I don't know about you, but I don't want to be working salvage when I'm 60. Do you?
Sure beats prison. No. Listen, I have to pass. And trust me, so should you.
Okay, just take it with you. Humor me,
I'm
okay?
not gonna change my mind.
Oh, then don't hurt to sleep on it, does it?
Say hi to Carla and the kids for me, okay?
All right. No pressure, Nate. But think about it.